You know, it's funny, if you don't know, you know, I mean, I think a lot of people do know, but gold means, of course, 500,000 units sold in the music industry. And the numbers that you guys have put up, we'll get into how great the music is, you know, sonically, but it reaches so many people and it resonates with so many people. What do you think it is? I mean, it must be something you talk about. Maybe you don't think about it all the time, but...
Sure. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I think that we've been very surprised at our success. Just to be clear, for some people that don't know, it was 10 years before we had any success at all. So we had put out, I think, 4 records, and we're barely making it. And it was the 5th record that all of a sudden something changed. And I think for us, it was just authenticity. I think that the fans believe us, and we have an extremely, I think you would agree, extremely inclusive kind of fan base, all the way from really young people to like old rockers that grew up with metal in the 80s and even 70s, that something about our music is kind of reminiscent of that time period for them. And we have all sorts of religious people, but also very like not religious people, but they resonate with like the emotion of the songs. So I think there's an authenticity about Skillet that people, they dig that. And I think that's really cool. We've always been very open about who we are. And there were things about who we are that used to not work, and now that they work. When I say work, I mean sell.
Right.
For instance, I remember one time I was desperately trying to get a radio station to play my song, rock station. And finally I was like, why won't you play it? And he goes, man, it's just too positive. It's just too positive. It's heavy, but it's just too positive. And I was like, oh, is it? You know, I didn't even know that our music was positive. We were just writing what we felt. And so from then, that was in 2003. Okay. To 16 years later or whatever, I can't do math, all of a sudden, you know, being positive is really in vogue. So all of a sudden, what Skillet was already doing kind of became, you know, commercial in a way. Yeah. And the fact that we had girls there, and they were like, girls in rock bands just doesn't work. It's just not cool. And then now we're in the era of girl power, you know. So basically, we did everything awesome before anyone else. No, I'm kidding.
You can certainly say you were ahead of your time.
I'm just messing around.
No,
I'm
of
joking.
course, of course.